Hey, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to Coops Fitness with another video today. It's been a week since I did my last video. Last video, as you could see, right back here, right, this, no more, right? So yeah, last week the video was on how to progressive overload. This time I'm going to talk to you about something a little bit closely tied, obviously, but it's going to be completely different. I'm going to talk to you about spotting. Now, this is something I have actually never talked about before. I've actually never done a video on this before, so I'm super excited. So let's get into it. So what I'm talking about, what I'm going to talk about with regards to spotting, when I say spotting, when I say I'm going to talk about when you spot somebody when you're lifting, or when somebody is spotting you, what I mean is that they're obviously standing behind you, like on the bench press, and they're helping you get the weight up. But what a lot of people don't realize, and the biggest misconception, is that, and this is what I'm talking about in this video, is that they're not helping you in the way that most people think. When you're being spotted, or when you're spotting somebody, you're not helping them because you're lifting the bar up for them. Contrary to what most people see it as, you're sending a psychological signal that they can do it, that they're pushing through it, that they can pump it up, and that they can push through that punch and finish the rep. That's actually the psychological message that you're sending to the person when you're spotting them or when they're spotting you. And a lot of people, I think, get that a little bit mixed up because they think that just because somebody's helping them out, they think that they're doing it for them. And that is the biggest misconception. And I'm going to explain why that is. Okay? So when you're spotting somebody, think of it like, so imagine I'm a spotter. Okay? I'm spotting somebody on the bench press, and the bar is roughly here. They're there, they're doing the rep, okay? Do you think that I am in a strong position here? Do you think that I am in a strong enough position to actually lift the bar up like this? Do you think that I could do this all by myself with the bar? No. No, I can't. I couldn't, right? There's no way I could do that. And that's partly because of my weak position. I mean, look at where my feet are. You're not, who engages their core when they're spotting? People don't even think to do that because they're not looking at it like they're the ones doing the work. Because they're not. And they're not supposed to. Their job is to push your teammates to crank out the rep. Finish the goddamn set, right? Push out the reps, crank out the set. That is your job as a spotter, right? That's a spotter's job. And so you're not doing the work. Because you're not doing the work, what you're actually doing, instead of helping the person get the weight up, like what most people think is you're actually helping the person. No. What you're doing is you're just lifting the bar up. You're basically putting your hands on the bar and helping them lift it up, giving them a little nudge, almost like you're tapping it. It's almost just like all you're doing is tapping it, as if you're going to lift it. As if you are lifting it for them. As if you're actually helping them. But what you're actually doing is you're sending that psychological message, right? You're sending that psychological message by doing that. It kind of puts a psychological message in their head that they can do it because you're helping them. And you know what? I mean, that's a good thing and it's a bad thing, right? I mean, they're able to do it because of that, but you know what? They have to learn how to convince themselves that they can do it themselves. So you don't want to apply too much of that. And you always want to know where to draw the line when you're spotting. You never want to put too much pressure on the bar. You never want to actually get to the point where you're starting to lift it for them, right? Because that's not what you're trying to do. You never actually want to get to that point where you are doing it. You always want to just kind of nudge it a little bit so that they're forced to still do the work, but they know that you're there so that they have the support. The mental support, not the physical support, because they think that you're physically supporting them and they push a little harder because they think that you're doing it for them. And that's actually why it's mental support, because they just feel safer, right? That's that psychological message that's being sent. So that's one component of it, right? But also too, not only that, but a spotter's job, when you're a true spotter, you're not standing there like this, going like this with the bar. Okay, come on. No, you're not doing that. A genuine spotter, a spotter who's really, really good, is gonna stand like this, okay? They're gonna look over at you and they're gonna be like, come on, okay? If you're really, really good, okay? If you actually know what you're doing and you actually give a fuck, then you will spot somebody. I'm not talking about peeking over. Hey, how are ya? No, I'm not talking about being a stupid ass slump. No, I'm talking about doing it right. All right? Okay. So yeah, those are the two biggest things, right? So do it right. Make sure that they know that you're genuinely supporting them, that you're going to hold them accountable and make sure that they get that bar up, right? That you're going to make sure that they push through, that you're going to take on that accountability and make sure everything gets the job done, right? So, and then previously what I talked about too with that psychological message that when you actually touch the bar, you're only touching the bar just a little bit and you're not actually trying to lift the bar up because you're not doing it for them. They're doing the work. And that's the whole point. That's the end of the video. I hope to clear it up for spotting for you. I hope you have a better understanding of spotting and what spotting is when what it's supposed to be. And yeah, that's the end of the video. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.